How to stop psychic attack. So what kind of psychic attack is it? If you've seen some of my other videos, you know I say this all the time. I'm only saying it because it's true. This is a massive, massive term. And so you have to know what you're dealing with. Is it coming from a person? Is it coming from a place? Is it coming from an entity? If it's a person, are they doing it intentionally or unintentionally? People can really easily send unintentional psychic attack. If it's intentional, are they intentionally sending psychic attack or are they intentionally sending ill will? Even praying for someone in a particular manner can be sending them psychic attack. So if you're just praying for someone and your prayer is that like they get the best of everything, and that they're protected and taken care of, that's okay. I've heard of situations where like mothers are praying for their children, but like what they're praying for is the opposite of what the child wants. Um, and it's not a bad thing that the child wants. Like the child is living their way in a way that the parent doesn't support. And so they're like praying that they are no longer living their life that way. If that is not truly in the child's best good, and I don't even mean on a soul level, I just mean that there's like a lot of opinions here that can be psychic attack. Um, okay. Also, if it's intentional, is it a practitioner or is it just someone who is like ruminating, like really being like, oh, like I hope things go poorly for them and like kind of ruminating on that and like wishing them ill will, like intentionally. Okay, so there's a lot of nuance there if you want that to stop, not associating with those people anymore. If it's unintentional, really talking to that person. I would not recommend going to them and saying, hey, you're psychically attacking me. Or if there's a cord between the two of you, which I usually don't even consider cords psychic attack, although some people do. Um, Cords are often unintentional. And so it just depends on how much you like that person. Because if you like the person and there's a cord between the two of you and it's not, it's like it feels icky, like cords, there's a difference between like a cord and like a light thread. Cords are always icky. Um, but you could have like the most amazing friend if you guys have an icky cord. It doesn't mean you need to write them off, right? But if there's like a family member with an icky cord and you really don't feel good about them anyway, it's okay to minimize contact or cut off contact if that's what feels right. So, okay, you can also do really basic things like protecting your energy field, sending it back to them, and then guarding your energy field using like a variety of different methods, putting up like a wall, putting up mirrors, doing all these things to stop it in its tracks. Really basic techniques like crystals, um, sigils, oils. There's like bags of herb. There's some like powders that you can get for like the front door, salt, creating a barrier around the home. Like there's a myriad of these techniques. If you want these like basic techniques, I would say there's books for psychic attack for prevention and how to fight back. So those are really good for those type of techniques. And those are going to work best when it comes to psychic attack from people. Okay, if it's coming from a place, the easiest way to stop it is to stop going to that place or move out of that house. Um, if it's coming from a house, you can definitely look into people that do space clearings. Like try doing your own space clearing first, right? Get some sage, get some Palo Santo or mugwort, juniper. Like there's a variety of herbs. You don't have to use. You can even use rosemary. Like you can Google that. There's so many different herbs that you can use. You could also use resins. Resins are great. And just do some really basic space clearing. Open like all the windows and doors, and you're just going to like banish any like spirits or energies in the house that are not made of pure divine love light. So try that yourself. If that doesn't work, you can call someone in to do space clearing in your home. There are some people that work remotely for that. People often go in person for that. So you could do that. Like if it's a house you own and you don't want to just move. Um, if you're just like, I'm done with this place, it's creepy, I don't feel safe here, go ahead and move. If you're still having problems after you move, you're going to want a practitioner, because then something has followed you, right? And then you might want some help for that. But the nice thing about it being your house, whether you rent or you own is it is your property, it is your domain. So you really do have the power to kick any spirits out. And sometimes there's an energy to a place and it's not so much an entity, right? Like a workplace could have a really bad energy, or it could just be filled with people with bad energy, or it could have a history. Um, there's a theory called stone tape theory that some hauntings are not from active spirits. It's just that really traumatic things happened there, either once that was so awful or so many times that this like energy becomes like embedded in the place. So that some hauntings, there's not actually active spirits there, but like it just is this tape that keeps repeating. Um, Now, if it's coming from entities, this is a little bit more complicated in terms to stop it. The number one, the best tip I can give you is to be in your power and know that they have absolutely no power over you. I don't care what has happened in this life. I don't care what's happened in the ancestry. I don't care what's happened in past lives. They have zero power over you. Zero power. You are in the control. You are part of creator and you have a creator version of yourself that is much bigger than this incarnation of yourself that is all powerful. And this isn't even their domain, right? Especially on earth and in your own body. You have so much more power than them. So you tell them to go away. You swear a lot and you tell them to go away. You can invoke God's name. I would recommend invoking God's name even if you're not a big fan of that word. It's very powerful. So in God's name, like go away, right? You swear and swear words instead. Um that is like the number one tip that I can give you. There's a lot of nuance to that. But that's the easiest thing that I can tell you to stop psychic attack from entities. If you are just in so much fear, subconsciously, consciously, or you're just believing that they have more power than you do, that might not work because you have to really be in your power. And for some people, that's really easy. And for other people, it's just a lot easier than it sounds. Um, and because this is such a nuanced, large topic, especially psychic attack from entities, that's really complicated. You can call on the archangels if you are sure that your guides are good. If you're sure that they're good, call on them and ask for their help. Okay. If you have tried all of these things and they are not working and you need help, my link is below. Please book with me. I will help you.